What's up? Okay, I already filmed this once, but I don't know if I like the way it turned out. So we're gonna film this again because we can do it. I've actually, within the past 3 months, filmed this probably 3-4 times, but I don't know. A part of me was like, it just doesn't feel right. And then I try to set things up and just try to make it so, like this has to be that way, da 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 da. But then I'm like, no, it's okay. It can just be what it is for right now. So, welcome to the Little Life Lessons podcast. I'm your host, Michelle, and today we're going to talk about life and dreams and goals and everything great. We have a little guest today. This is Piggy. He's a little gift from my dad, so you probably won't see him again, but having him here as more support. I really tried to make this video like, this is what you should do. I made a list, I did all these things, and I was just like, I'm just gonna have to just talk because I feel like everything just flows better when I just talk sometimes. And I'm really excited about this podcast because one of my goals is to bring a lot of intelligent, amazing, great people on this podcast and share some of their knowledge because a lot of my friends are so talented and just wonderful human beings, and I would love to bring them on to pick their brains a little bit and share some of the knowledge they have because honestly, I'd love to learn more from them too. So that's going to be something that I'm looking forward to, and hopefully you guys are too. As we go along, I would love to do weekly or bi-weekly podcasts, but we'll just see about that. Moving on to the topic that's not really a topic because I just really want to yap right now. Let's talk about dreams and life and like things that we really want to go for, but we're kind of scared to go for. And I think that's a really valid and common experience in life where we have things that we are really pulled towards and drawn towards accomplishing or doing, but there's a sense of stuckness or a sense of fear in us to do these things. For example, me making this podcast episode right now, or maybe somebody else moving to a new state, or somebody else taking on a new craft, a new art form, a new career field, or somebody quitting a job, whatever it is. It's that kind of mental battle within yourself when you have to make a decision of, am I going to give up my old life for this new life? Because this new life can sound really fun in theory, but logically, it's a lot more challenging. There's a lot of fear in the unknown that's going to come along with it. And I think deep down, we all know it will be more fulfilling. And if not, you can always pivot. For me as a 24-year-old that has also pivoted in different points in life, I think it's always good to take that step towards your heart. Because if your heart is telling you or pulling you towards something, then I think it's important to follow it. And I don't mean toxic relationships, people, because your heart could be pulling you towards that, but maybe it's telling you something else. Maybe just take a step back, reflect, and see what you're thinking about, see if this is good for you. But those decisions where you're like, I have to close the door behind me and step into a new door, and I can back out. Like, I'm not fully through this door yet, so I still have the ability to take a step back and close this door and go back to the life that's more comfortable and that I know, and I go through the struggles that I know. But you're gonna stay stuck and you're gonna stay the person you are now. You are probably an amazing person. If you're listening to this podcast, like, you're probably amazing. But is that who you want to be forever? Because you are probably the version of yourself that you want to be if your 7-year-old self, if your 10-year-old self, 11, 16-year-old self were to look at you. But if you were to look into your future, would you want to be this girl forever? Or you have a higher version of yourself that you want to be? A version that you see is way more experienced, way more mature, way more knowledgeable, whatever it is. Do you want to be that version? Because I know I do. I know I want to be the version of myself that I know that my 24-year-old self will look up to. I don't want to be this version of myself forever. I love who I am right now, and I love that I've chosen to do certain things in my life to bring me to where I am now. But I know that I have to continue to make those hard decisions and go through the struggles and the challenges and the adversities and whatever it is in life to continue to grow into the person that I want to be. Because when I see my 30-year-old self, my 40-year-old self, I see somebody who has a similar heart and a similar soul, but a complete different demeanor than I do right now. I don't know. We shall see. We don't know what's going to happen. But I know that the 30-year-old version and 40-year-old version of myself, I really want to look up to. And I really want to continue doing the things along the way to make that happen. Which means going through challenges. Which means making hard decisions. Which means doing things where you're putting yourself in uncomfortable positions so that you can learn and grow. You're going to embarrass yourself, or you're going to feel embarrassed, but it doesn't mean that you're actually embarrassing yourself. If you take dance classes, for example, you go into a dance studio and this is your first dance class, but you're probably 20 years old, 21 years old, and you've never really taken dance before, but it's something that you've always wanted to do. You're going to feel like you don't belong, or you're going to feel nervous, or you're going to feel so comfortable because you have no expectations of yourself. You don't judge yourself because you know you're new at this, but then you start getting better and then you're like, okay, I'm actually starting to feel like I have certain expectations for myself because I've been taking dance classes for a while and I'm starting to improve my skills, but my skills aren't where my peers are who are the same age as me, whatever it is. And you can start to feel like this feeling of wanting to hide yourself or not wanting to go or losing motivation. But you have to stay consistent with it. You have to work for it, because if it's something you want, you have to work for it. The universe will provide and will align things for things to happen for you, but you have to work for it yourself. But for example, I had a calling and I felt like a pull towards moving to New York. But if I was going to wait for the universe to move me, girl, I would still be in my hometown, which I also very much love my hometown, but it's not where I want to be living right now in my early, mid to late 20s. So I had to do the work. I had to pack my bags. Was I going to wait for the universe to pack my bags and manifest something to pack my bags? No. Things will align for you and the universe will make space for you and it will provide for you. But you also have to do the work along with it. You also have to go through the challenges. And challenges are hard because it can arise a negative feeling within you, but that's okay. You just learn how to move through it and feel those emotions and then keep going. Don't let it define you. The challenges do not define you. It's how you overcome it that does. Messing up in a dance class or saying something that you feel like you shouldn't have said, or blurting something out, or feeling like you're talking too much does not define you. It's the way that you perceive that defines you. It's the way that you think about that experience that defines you. So if you say something that you're like, oh, I wish I didn't say it, don't bash yourself on it. Don't speak of yourself negatively about it. It's a human experience. Sometimes we just talk too much. Sometimes we get a little excited and we blurt stuff out, but that's okay. That doesn't define you and you shouldn't be mean to yourself about it. Just say, okay, moving forward, I know this is how I get really excited about these things, so I'm going to take a step back and also just work through this experience of like, okay, right now I feel like really anxious because I said something that I feel like I shouldn't have, Work through that feeling first, let yourself feel it, try to understand why and where it comes from, and then take action on it. Say like, oh, hey, I'm sorry that I said that, or, next time, this is what I'm going to do. But you don't have to take that negative feeling and say, you're a horrible person, like, I can't believe you said that, like, girl, be nice to yourself, okay? You're already going through enough living in this life and going through challenges. Challenges will always surface in your life, right? It's really unavoidable. Even if you avoid every external challenge outside of you, you're going to go through challenges within yourself because you're going to be too comfortable. Being too comfortable is also a challenge that you have to go through, Like, being too comfortable is also uncomfortable. So might as well let the uncomfortability of life arise when it does, and then you just kind of move through it and work through it. And that's how you grow as a person. But I'm saying this to say everything and every journey is going to have its own struggles, whether it be heartbreak, whether it be a loving relationship, whether it be taking on something new, whether it be communicating to somebody, whether it be learning how to do whatever, or starting your career or starting a business, whatever it is, it's going to have its challenges. You're just going to have to learn how to work through them and stay consistent with it and stay focused on your goals, but also enjoying the lows and the highs. And I know I just said enjoying the lows, but I mean experiencing the lows. If you let yourself experience the lows of it, then you're going to let yourself experience the highs of it instead of just pushing all emotions away. So when you feel good and there's like a positive repercussion of what you're doing, of what you're pouring your work into, there's a positive outcome of it, you're able to take that joy in, and be proud of yourself. So it's nice to have things and go through journeys and experience it slowly, because you're able to work through all the emotions that come with it and stick with that journey and that experience. Because if it's something you want to do, I think you kind of know. But also make sure to take care of yourself, like actually get good sleep, eat healthy, fuel yourself properly, fuel yourself enough, get good sleep, surround yourself with good people, have friends and people that you can talk to. Those things are really important, and those things will help guide you through your journey and through these experiences and these challenges in the journey, in your life, and whatever it is. But it's how you grow as a person, I know this episode is a little short, but I just wanted to start my first episode, introduce you guys to myself. But I'm excited for future episodes. I'm going to do 2 little loves at the end of each episode, and one is going to be about me, and then one is going to be about something in my life. One of my little loves right now is my friendships. I am so grateful for my friendships because I have such amazing people around me who support me and who also are just great people that I can look up to in different ways. And I feel like there's a great balance of give and take. And my second little love, which is about me, is that I'm really happy and proud of myself for making this episode, because I've tried to film this so many times, but I think it's just time to just do it. So here I am. I hope you guys like this episode. I'll see you in my next episode of Little Life Lessons, and I'll talk soon. Bye.